This is the Insta 360 1R. That is a 360-degree camera that also has a standard 4K lens that can be swapped out. But for this video, I'm going to stick with the 360 lens, and it's not going to be a typical review. I'm just going to go out and use it on a bunch of different bikes and show you how I mounted it and what the shots looked like. I'm riding the Fatback Skookum now and going to try out the chest mount, which is one of the most used POVs in mountain biking, so we'll be able to see how it compares to the other cameras. Starting off here with my hard enduro loop. Hopefully it can show how difficult it really is. Really tight technical through the trials area. Definitely help get you in shape. One lap is pretty tough. Oh yeah. Oh, wow. Slippery save there. There we go. I think a foot plant on this log will look kind of cool because I can pan down and go to my foot on the log and then back up to the bars. Oh, not like that. Guess I haven't done one of these in a while. There we go. Hannah's out here now with her Skookum and going to try some follow cam action with the camera mounted up like so. I'll try to wheelie behind her nice and close. Hannah wants in on the wheelie action, so I'm going to handlebar mount it and hopefully get us wheeling side by side. I'm out on the Enduro Bike now, going to test a couple different ideas out. First one, going to put the camera extended way up there. Might look kind of funny, but I think it's actually going to be pretty cool to have kind of like a drone shot, since you won't be able to see the stick sticking off my helmet. It'll be like a drone's flying up there, I believe, so I'll try a few different things. Not sure how high to run it, but I'll just start with it here and see what happens. Well, turned out pretty cool, I thought, on top of the helmet. Definitely going to play around with some different lengths and positions and see what I can come up with there. But for now, I'm going to move on to a stabilization shot. Got a pretty tough, hard enduro line. Hannah's going to follow and see how it goes running up this hill, and I'll be riding and turning all over it. So hopefully it works out for us. Well, that was pretty tough for me, but the shot turned out really cool, I thought. Hannah was able to keep up because she didn't have to worry about being very smooth running. She just pointed the camera at me and it did the rest, so it turned out sweet. Just have to do another one, I guess. Now I'm going to put it on a tripod and let it follow me around some corners, over some jumps, and then I'll mix in some chest cam footage, see how that turns out. I also tried it out underneath the visor. Now I'm on my MotoTrials bike and going to test out the chest mount again. I think this will be pretty cool because you can pan down to show what the rear tire is doing, or stay up to see the handlebars and what's in front of you. Now I moved it up to the top of the helmet. I'm going to try a spin move and let the camera stay in one spot. Now it's time for some follow cam. I'm going to try to turn on this log and jump to the tree, and Hannah's here to hold the stick for me. Hannah's riding now and going to join me for this one. She's got a line to the right, I've got a line to the left, and the camera's in the middle, so hopefully it can follow both of us to the top. Now it's pit bike battle time, and I put the camera up above my helmet so I can get the action in front and behind because we got a few guys out to battle some little bikes. I have not ridden the Unicycle in a while, but I'm still going to try this very difficult skinny section. It's really hard. Since I have a free hand, I'm going to hand hold the camera with this stick and hopefully get everything in frame. Oh my gosh. Just did that first try. I'll take it. Wasn't perfect, but that was surprising. Now for something a little bit easier, I've got it mounted on top of my helmet. Time for a 360. Oh, that was hard. Going to kick off the RC testing with some Enduro Cross, and I just put a screwdriver on the end of the stick. I'm hoping that way you won't be able to see it. I'm just going to stab it in different places around the track and see how that looks. This looks a little scary, but I'll take it easy and test the stabilization out. Now we're going to try some follow cam action, and Hannah is going to walk beside, and I guess you don't even have to point it the right way because every way is the right way, and then she can follow, walk along, and come back down, see how it looks. Well, that one was pretty cool, so we're going to try another one. This time follow cam running up the hill, turn around in the rock, do a little gap on top, see how this one looks. A little more movement in this one, I think. Now we're going to do a bit of crawling, and I have the camera mounted up like so with the included bracket. I've tried to use a similar setup with a fixed lens camera, and it can be difficult to line the shot up when you're trying to drive, look at the car. It's hard to frame the shot. So with this, should be able to frame it no matter what. Just get somewhat close to it, and I think it will work pretty good, but about to find out. For the final RC test of the day, we've got a monster truck and a huge ramp and a huge pole. Hopefully I won't hit it. I had a lot of fun using this camera. It's just a whole different way of shooting, and it's very interesting to see what kind of shots you can pull off. I have a lot more ideas to test out. Those are just kind of the first go-to ones I could think of, and I thought a lot of them turned out pretty cool. I'd say one of the most useful features for me is the ability to be able to set it on a tripod, ride around, and have it follow you after the fact. I do a lot of tripod filming, and a static shot can get a little boring, so to be able to follow the action is going to be very useful for me. Next, I'd say the stabilization is very good, whether it's mounted on your body, on your bike, or being handheld, run around. It just acts like a gimbal, and you can really smooth out the shot no matter how rough it is. The unicycle shot was definitely the most shaky, just because my hand was waving around for balance, and it's to be expected there. But every other shot, running, walking, bike mounted, pretty much everything was very smooth, so I can see myself using that a lot in the future. As far as downsides go, I'd say the audio could definitely use some work. There have been some firmware updates since I started filming, so I know they're still working on it. There are some settings now for that. Another thing I noticed is that when my phone is connected to the camera, the battery drains pretty fast and it gets a little bit warm. That could just be because it's an older phone though. It also seems like the transitions are a little bit smoother when you edit on a phone, but me personally, I would much rather edit on a computer, so hopefully the computer software will continue to improve. All in all, I had a great time using this camera. You can get shots that you just can't get any other way, so I'm going to put it to the test in a lot of different ways. I have a lot more ideas, and I think you'll be seeing shots from it a lot more in the future.